Hey everybody, it's Christine. Today I'm creating with the Fall Market collection from Carta, and I am going to create a fall themed layout with a beautiful wreath on it using really very minimal supplies despite how it looks in the intro here. And I am using the kit from the scrap room this month. I'm actually finishing it off using my very last page kit that I had left, and this one comes from the Flavors of the Month kit. So kicking things off, let me just show you a little bit what's in this kit. We've got these beautiful patterned papers, gorgeous fall theme, gorgeous flowers, all that stuff. Now, I really liked the backside of this flower one that has a wood grain on it. However, I also wanted to use the flowers. So what I did is I dug into my stash. I like to keep papers around that make good bases. Say they have print on them, say they have a wood grain look, shiplap, all those kinds of things. I just keep them in a stack in a certain spot in case I need a similar background. And so that's what I did. I just dug into my stash and found another one that had that wood grain shiplap look to it to use as my background so I could cut out these flowers. I am just going to fussy cut almost the entire page. There are some little teeny tiny details on it. Some of them I'm going to just trim away. Other ones I am going to cut out the details and use those little pieces. Now, here's my tip for fussy cutting. Yes, it's time consuming, but talk about bang for your buck. You can use one patterned paper that costs you $1-ish and get all these embellishments out of it. What I like to do is just take my scissors, sit down in front of the TV and fussy cut to my heart's content. Okay, don't let this be like an intimidating thing. It's not really super hard to do. It's just time consuming. Now, I've done the fussy cutting. Next up, I'm going to build the wreath. And you can see I've got just a thin 1/2 inch white, actually cream colored circle here that I'm going to use to create my wreath frame. I am not going to create a wreath all the way around. I am trying to mimic those beautiful wreaths that are out there right now where we have the bar all the way around the frame and then just flowers on part of it. So that is what I am going for with my look here. I'm going to add an oversized picture. I had printed this off last week, testing out my new printer to see how it did and was thrilled with it. However, it didn't quite work for the layout I was doing, and so I just set it aside knowing I would use it later. And so I'm going to use that. It is a fall picture of my family from last year. Hadn't scrapped it yet, so perfect timing. And I'm going to build my wreath. So what I'm going to do is just take these different pieces that I cut out. Some of them are bigger, some of them are smaller. I'm going to use my scissors and cut in some spots so that I can pull them up. I'm going to use 3D foam stickers. I'm also going to use just straight up adhesive. So I want to create a lot of dimension. A very delicate, pretty look is what I'm going for here. However, that does require a lot of flowers. So you're going to see me adding layer upon layer upon layer. And in this case, I am creating them slightly off center to the right side of the layout for this bottom part because it complements the picture well. We've got just our feet down there in the bottom right hand of the picture, so I'm going to cover up a little bit of that versus the other side of my picture where my daughter's whole body is. I don't want to cover all of that up. So I'm going to build towards the right, slightly off center, not super duper off center. It's not going to be heavy to the right, but it's definitely going to lean that way. Now, I want you to keep in mind, so far, all we have on this layout is cardstock and one sheet of patterned paper besides the base. Haven't used any embellishments, haven't done anything crazy. So a super budget-friendly layout at this point, making it, of course, I mean, who doesn't want their layouts to be budget-friendly? You want them to be beautiful, but you also don't want them to cost $20 to make, am I right? So you can see that where the fussy cutting, yes, time consuming, but definitely is a great way to stretch your dollar, especially if you're looking for it as you create. If you're looking at your papers and going, oh, I could fussy cut that. I could do this with it. Like right away when I looked through this page kit, I thought, ooh, Those would be really pretty if I cut them out, and they'd make a great wreath. Boom, there's my idea, run with it. If you're looking at your papers that way, if you're looking at them when you're purchasing them, to see how can I stretch this paper beyond just using it as a base or one little strip of it. It's a great way to go. Now, I've got my wreath basically built there. I am going to use some of the ephemera that came in the embellishment kit for this page kit to create my title. Now, with the kits from the scrap room, you don't always have enough for your title. So sometimes you have to dig into your stash. I will be doing that today. However, I'm not digging too far into my stash because I'm actually going to use some stickers from another page kit this month as my other part of my title. But you can see I'm using this banner. There was several options here. There was fall written in sticker banner. There was a fall written in a wood grain pattern. Those were both on the sticker sheet. And then there was this fall banner in the ephemera kit. And I decided really I liked the colors of this one the best. And so that's why I opted for this one. You can see also I'm using my T-ruler right now to make sure I get them on straight. Funny enough, I'm going to move them in a little bit. But I do think it's good for you to see that, like, for most of this, I didn't have to do measuring. But when I am going for putting my banner on there, I pull out that T-ruler, really cheap purchase, and just make sure that I'm getting things on nice and straight. I really like to mat my layouts. Very often you will see that I use another patterned paper as the base of my layout, just giving it about an inch all the way around. I'm not really sure why that is. I think it's just a personal taste thing. I like to do it, and I'd love to know, do you guys like to do that too? Because I have noticed that I am not alone on that. There are a lot of people out there that use cardstock or a complementary patterned paper to map their layouts. So share with me in the comments down below if you are one of those people. I opted for the rusty orange one that came in this page kit to mount it. After I had mounted it, I realized, oh, I should have cut out the back a little bit and saved some of that, but it's too late and it'll be fine. A little bit annoyed with myself on that one, but it happens. You can see here, I'm going to finish things off, and you can see I pulled out those puffy stickers. Those came with the Vicky Booten kit this month, and goodness, I've actually used them on 3 of my layouts for titles, so that's really fantastic. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to build the word fall, because right now it's just kind of lonely there by itself. I love the colors, I love the banner shape, but it needs something more. And of course, who doesn't love puffy stickers? Combine the fact that they're puffy stickers with that they're gold foil puffy stickers, and I'm all in. So I'm going to add this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to build it to say this special fall day. So you can see I just moved my banner letters down a little bit, pulled my T-ruler back out to make sure I had that, and then I'm going to put special on there. It is going to overlap my picture a little bit. That is the reason that I moved my fall word down. Not that I didn't like the placement of it, but if I left it where it was, I was going to run into my son's face with special, and that wouldn't have worked, obviously. So I moved everything down a little bit, and it works just fine. And actually, I like the way it nests the whole layout together, which you'll see in a moment here with how day butts right up against the flowers there. So it's right in there, making it all very together, which sometimes I tend to spread out a little bit on layouts. So this was a good reminder for me design-wise how nice things can look when you keep them in tight, nested up together. And finally, I'm just going to add one more little detail. Actually, sorry, I take that back too. But this tends to be my final step, and if you're a regular watcher here, you know what it's going to be. Nuvo drops and mist. So I'm going to add some golden Nuvo drops throughout my layout, and then I'm also going to add on some mist splatters, just a teeny tiny bit of dark brown ones, and that will pull the whole thing together. Goodness, this was a fun layout. I had so much fun putting this together. I love how it looks. I love the colors of this collection. Be sure to check out the Carta Bella collection. I'm not sure if they're sold out yet on the Scrap Room. You can definitely check it out there, but I will also link you up to it on scrapbook.com down below. Thank you so much for joining me today. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and have a great weekend. Happy fall. Starts, oh goodness, tomorrow, right? So I'm right on time. Thanks so much, guys. We will see you again next time.